Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Rebooted. This is episode 81. Tonight we're joined by
Benny Karnes.
Benny. How's it been? How's
Oh,
it
pretty good,
going?
man.
I haven't taught you haven't been on the podcast for a while.
No, been busy, man. Been busy trying to get everything ready for HackerCon
With Secure WV.
or HackerCon.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it. We basically use both names now, but there's reasons for that, and Benny can talk
Yeah.
about that.
Well, the best part is, when people ask me why there's two names, it really boils down to this. Friday is Secure WV, and Secure WV is more for business folks. It's not as technical. Although we may mess up and actually have a very technical talk. This year we're not. We try and keep it more high level to help local business folks, and not just local. I mean, they can be regional as well. But then on Saturday and Sunday, that is truly HackerCon. And that is the more technical, the capture the flag game, starts Friday and goes Saturday until Sunday. But it's one of those things where it really is more technical on Saturday and Sunday. So yeah.
So CFP is closed.
CFP is closed. We are in the process of talking to all the folks that we accepted their talks to, and also I'm still in the process of sending out the emails to the folks that weren't accepted. This year we actually had quite a few people that there were so many good talks, and we had to boil it down to a certain number. And the problem with that is, there are some talks that we had to we didn't accept, which we could have, but we just don't have enough slots. Maybe one day we'll have enough, but right now we're not at that stage. So
There's only so many minutes in the day.
Yeah, exactly.
So if CFP is open, call for sponsorship is open.
Yes, that is one thing that we're still needing sponsors. We have quite a few that we actually have two that should be coming out. We should be announcing in the next couple of days, hopefully by Friday. And then we also have we're in the talks with a couple others. So
awesome. So how does one sponsor Secure WV/HackerCon?
Well, the best way is to go in and figure out what level they would like to do it. They can go to the website, securewv.com, and we actually have a sponsors page, but it actually lists who is sponsoring. And then we also have a sponsorship packages page that explains the different packages that we have. So they can go there, and then basically there's an email, coninfo@securewv.com, and all that's on there. They can shoot us an email and say, hey, we'd like to sponsor. And then there's several ways of paying. They could, we had one group one time cut us a check, and they sent it through the mail. We've had others use, we actually have a donate button on the front page. That button is not just for donations. A couple of groups have said, hey, I want to sponsor right now. Let's do this. And they click the button and they can get it. It's pretty quick that way. So people can, do it that way. And then the other way is, just, actually, that would be the only two ways: sending us the mail and actually hitting our donate button.
Show up the big wad of cash.
Well, yes, they could,
I'm
but
kidding.
We kind of need it beforehand.
Yeah, that's true. I understand that. So you really need sponsorship beforehand to make sure that the event actually happens. And I've been involved with Secure WV and HackerCon since the very beginning, and every year it's a struggle. So there's a lot of gnashing of teeth coming up to the event, but every year we pull it off. So I
Yeah,
have
I've
faith that it will happen.
During Security V1, you can ask Rick this. That's where I lost all my hair.
Yeah, Benny used to have hair like Fabio.
not that long, but yeah. But yeah, so it was really nerve-wracking, and literally the company that I worked for and Infusion Points came up at the last minute, and bam. And Infusion Points is back again this year, and they will also be doing the Capture the Flag rig.
Awesome.
So, like they did last year. So basically, and that's what I'm doing right now is I'm building the Capture the Flag VMs, and I'm going to be testing them probably later this evening and tomorrow, and then try to send that.
That's
do what?
A lot of work. I go to bed at like 9:30.
I'd love to go to bed at 9:30.
I'm old though, so I've got an excuse.
Hey, you're not that much older than me.
Well, I also get up before dawn, so.
Yeah, no, I don't do that.
Yeah, I have to. Just to find a parking space at Marshall. But anyway.
Yeah, parking for me is not that hard. I wake up, I make my coffee, I walk down some stairs, and basically log into my computer.
Yeah, well, that helps. It could be. Do you have to check Google Maps to see if traffic's like really congested or?
Well, sometimes the dog will actually lay on the step, dangerous. And and I don't see him, and he kind of is like, "Hey, let's play, let's go out, let's do this." So, but yeah, that's about the only thing congestion wise I might have.
I worked from home. I hated it. But if I understand, I can't. I have to say that working from home in the summertime when I do consulting and research, it's not too bad. You just have to go out every once in a while and talk to somebody.
That's the thing. When I first started doing it, a friend of mine asked me, "So, what's it like?" And I said, "Well, the good thing is no one's walking by your desk and bugging you every 5 minutes.
Or knocking on your door while you're trying to talk on the phone."
Yeah. The bad thing is no one comes by your desk every 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's true. Because if you do want to not do work, well, I guess there's video games, but the first time I was doing consulting, this was way back in 2003. Grand Theft Auto Vice City had come out, and I spent more time playing that stupid game than actually working. And I get calls, and I'm like, "Yeah, I'll be right there. Yeah, hang on a second. Yeah, all right, I'll be right there." So that didn't work out too well. So back to HackerCon. I have some more questions about HackerCon, mainly because when I attend the organizational meetings, I fall asleep.
That's what that sound is. Okay.
So how does one buy a ticket to HackerCon?
They can also go to the website, and you can go on there to the registration page.
What is the website again?
SecureWV.com.
Okay.
You can also put .org or .net. It's going to take you to the same page.
Okay.
But .com's the easiest one. .com. So you go there, you click registration, and it'll take you to our Squarespace page, and you can go there and.
We don't talk operational security.
Oh, okay.
No, you mean not Squarespace, but the Square. We're using Square as a payment system.
Yeah, sorry.
Right, yeah, okay.
I said Squarespace. See, I was throwing them off the chase. So anyway, they can go there and purchase a registration. It's $50 for the full weekend. That includes the training classes. You can go from the speaking track to the training track to the forensics track, whatever track you want to do. It's all one fee. If you're a student from high school on up, it's $35 with a valid, ID. So, and then if they want to, they can also buy their T-shirt there as well. So it's one package. So
you get a T-shirt and a ticket, and when you show up, you get your T-shirt, right?
And your ticket. Yep.
Right. So yeah. Well, you get your ticket when you pay.
Well, I mean, yeah. What happens is you'll show up to the thing and we'll hand you the pass, I guess it
Right.
is.
Okay. So you get a badge, right?
Yep.
Okay. We need to work on those, by the way. Oh, by the way, apparently we need to make badges. I forgot.
Actually, Rick and I think I gotta look at it because no, it has a date on it. But that's easy to fix. We
that vendor we used last year, I used them. We've used them too for other stuff, and they're really good.
Yeah, well, we actually got enough because I forget how we got the deal, but we actually have
like a bazillion in order to get the deal.
Well, we ended up getting them. Well, we got shy of a bazillion, but we actually still have some of those, so we could use those if need be. But just change the date. But yeah, we'll be getting those and making those and
just mark it. Just take a black magic marker and
mark through it. And
mark through
if we
it
have to,
and write a new date.
Yeah, exactly. That's what whiteout's for, right?
Yeah.
Hey, we're hackers, man. What do you expect?
I spent all of my college money not on beer but on whiteout. Because I went to college before the days of computers. I went during the days of, well, at least they were electric typewriters. They weren't manual. So you talked about training tracks. What kind of training is going to happen this year at Secure WV HackerCon?
Well, we haven't got the schedule up, and that's more due to the reason of
give us the highlights. Give us some of the highlights of the things that you have confirmed, I guess is what.
Right. Well, we're still trying to confirm some speakers, but we have a bash scripting class. We have an SDR, and which is a software-defined radio, and RF hacking primer. That's going to be a pretty good track or a pretty good class. The gentleman who won the CTF last year is giving an SSH Ansible class. It kind of expands on he gave a talk last year, and it expands on that quite a bit. Then Mick Douglas is doing his famous PowerShell class, and
awesome.
Yeah, so I guess the unofficial theme this year is PowerShell, because we have a talk. Well, we have two talks, one on Friday, one on Sunday, and then we have the class on Saturday.
Well, PowerShell is a big thing. Post-exploitation is all about PowerShell now. Even exploitation, it's just how it's moved.
Yeah, so Tom Moore is actually giving the talk on Friday on PowerShell. And then Mick's doing the class on Saturday afternoon, and then Sunday, the last one we have actually is Mick doing his PowerShell talk. So, and then the cool part this year is we're going to have for the training track on Sunday. Last year we didn't have anything. This year we're actually going to open up that room and have the amateur radio technician testing. So starting at 10 o'clock on Sunday, all the way up until we're either done or,
it shouldn't take that long, actually.
No,
they might want to give multiple sessions of it, but it shouldn't take long.
That's right. We're going to try and do multiple sessions because there's been quite a lot of interest in taking it. Mm-hmm. As a matter of fact, a friend of mine that I used to work with on Facebook had actually
used to work at Facebook.
No, anyway, on Facebook, he had actually posted about trying to get a Linux user group in Charleston. And I'm like, hey, we at the 3 or 4 Geeks have been trying to do that for a while, so we can help. Yeah. And so that, of course, led to, hey, we also have this conference coming up. And I mentioned that we were going to do the testing, the amateur radio testing. And a couple of other folks were like, Yeah, I can be there and help, but I'm with a group here and I'm with a group there. So I think we're going to have a lot of folks that will be able to help give the test. So I'm hoping a lot of people. I'm hoping that they will. A lot of people will come in and take it.
Yeah, you have to be like you have to have a certain status in order to give the test. And that's changed so much. I became an amateur radio operator in the '90s. I had to learn Morse code and whole 10 yards, but it's
Right.
changed a lot, and I'm not really that familiar with exactly the testing requirements now.
Well, there's no Morse code, and it's only 6 yards rather than 10 yards.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's bad, wasn't it?
Well, they've sort of made what they have done is they've made the technical test that you take much more difficult than it used to be. It used to be mainly about circuits and things that you needed to know so you didn't electrocute yourself or kill somebody, and radio safety. And now it gets much deeper. I think it's a much deeper test than it used to be.
Yeah, and there are several things. So I've gotten some information from places to go to. If you go to the it's aries.net, I think, and I can put this in the show notes.
Yeah, the amateur.
Sorry,
radio. It's they say Aries. It's the amateur shit. It
amateur
is
radio
relay league.
Yeah, that ARL. So
yeah,
and Aries is part of that, and the group that is the folks that are giving the test are from the Aries group here,
okay.
And that's the Amateur Radio Emergency Services group that I'm currently with. I don't have my license, so I'll be taking it. But if you go to, and it's arrl.org,
Mm-hmm.
and if you go there, you can actually order the books.
Yeah.
Like if you want to order books on, figuring out.
Basically study the book and then you take the test. It's like the driver's test.
Right. And so you can order it on there. You can find them on Amazon. There is a great, and I've got to pull this up on, it's ham exam. So if you're into Linux and you are running Linux, you can actually do, it's in most of the repos, you can pull down a thing or install something called ham exam.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens is it's all on the command line. So it pulls from the test bed for the test. So you can, and that's what I'm working on. That's what I'm using to kind of study.
Back in my day, we had to buy a book.
Yeah, and there's also there are ham references for in the Google Play Store and in the iPhone store.
There's things like repeater guides, band plans. Band plans have changed over the years.
Well, I'm talking for the train to do the class or take the test.
It's not a difficult test if you study.
Right, and that's the thing. So I haven't put it up on the website yet because I'm kind of like, there's really only one. There's one other location or one other link that I have. So, and basically, if you go to Amazon or go to, you can get it on your tablet or your phone or on, if you just do a little bit of searching to get to it, most of them point to the RO website.
And I learned Morse code from a Gordon West cassette tape. Da-da-da-da. Gordon West has been around forever, and I don't even know if he's still alive. He's got to be 100 years old. But if you want to learn Morse code, Gordon West is definitely the go-to guy, and I'm sure his stuff is still out there. So I guess the other question is, what other kinds of events are happening besides the amateur radio test and the capture the flag?
Do you need anything else? No. So we also have a hardware hacking village.
I'm just trying to cover everything.
Yeah, I know. SME is coming back again this year, and they are sponsoring the Hardware Hacking Village, and they're going to be in the same location they were last year. And also in that room, you have purchased a voting machine.
Yeah, I heard some crazy guy bought a Diebold voting machine off of eBay.
Yep.
We're going to throw it up and try to duplicate some of the things they were able to do with it. Hopefully it works. It's in a box in my living room right now. They tried to do with it the things that the walkthroughs they did at DerbyCon. I mean, I'm sorry, at DEF CON. So my students want to start breaking into it now, and I'm like, why don't we wait to secure WV HackerCon? Of course, that will be after the election. In West Virginia, there has been a number of stories about how people, how the circuit clerks are saying they feel that the machines they are using are secure, but many of the machines that they had at the voter machine hacking village in DEF CON are still in use across the United States. I don't know specifically if those are in use here in West Virginia or not. But yeah, we'll try.
Actually, I have gotten an email from a gentleman who said he's coming down specifically to do that. And he wants to see, what's going on, but he actually said he was coming down.
Probably the feds. Oh God.
Might be, I don't know.
Being white vans, black SUVs outside.
You know what? The party van's going to be there no matter what.
Yeah.
So the other thing that we're going to have is Rob and Aaron West are the ones.
I used to work for Aaron West. That's a story in itself. Yeah, go ahead.
They're actually coming to they're going to be helping with the test on Sunday.
Right. The amateur radio testing. Right.
Correct. And so they are actually going to possibly give a talk on something called FL Digi, which is a way to essentially send email via the ham radio.
Yeah, packet radio. Been around for a while.
Yeah, so
there's probably been some better developments since I last played with it. It's slow. It's really slow.
Oh yeah, it's still slow. I mean,
it'd be mainly useful in an emergency situation.
Exactly.
Like right now, I'm sure in the Florida Keys and Bermuda and places got hit really hard by the hurricane, that you have amateur radio operators who are operating on battery power and really could be the only link of communication until the military gets there.
Yep. So they're also, I've also asked them to set up a demo so that they can demo FL Digi after their talk or before, around their talk. So they are possibly going to have a little space there to, to do that. So what else? I think that's it. Speakers, teachers, forensicators, hardware hacking, voting machines, CTF.
But wait, there's more.
Oh, yes, there is. There's one more. So
just one more thing.
Just one more thing. The gentleman that is doing the SSH and Ansible class asked if we could do a PGP, pretty good privacy, key signing party.
Like Ed Snowden had that one time?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
So what we're going to do is we're going to try and set that up probably for Friday evening after dinner. Come back. He's going to kind of talk about it a little bit, and then we'll have the during the hacker hangout on Friday night. We'll do that, and anything else that people want to do, if they want to continue doing the capture the flag, or if they want to talk to some of the speakers or practice.
I'm not talking to anybody without them paying me some money.
Do what?
I said I'm not talking to anyone unless they pay me money. It's $20. You come to my table and talk to me. You have a 5-minute limit.
Right. Come on.
Of course, I don't even know if I'm speaking because I'm probably getting bumped for somebody who actually has a better talk, but which is fine.
Bigger name on the other line.
Yeah.
So actually, I do think that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, and of course, Hacker Karaoke.
So, Hacker Karaoke was a lot of fun last year. If you want to come see me sing Drunken Joy Division, show up. The only other thing we've not talked about is location.
Location, location, location.
Mm-hmm.
Same place. It's the South Charleston Holiday Inn. They've been great to us for the last couple of years, and we are trying to get. Last year we had 97 people attendees. Sorry, we had
At a
150
time?
people. No, we had 97 people that were there at the conference, attendees. This year we want 120 people who are attendees, and then that would bump us up to probably 175, 180 total folks.
I think we'll be well attended this year for various reasons. I was on the radio, this like terrestrial radio today, talking about ransomware, and I plugged Secure WV, and
Yeah, I heard that.
that show airs in Central West Virginia, so maybe we'll get some people out of that. There's just a lot of push right now in West Virginia on the whole information security front.
Well, we've had a lot of people look at us. A lot of inquiries. Our keynote is Ira Winkler,
Mm-hmm.
right? I hope I said that right.
You said it right.
Okay. I've only talked to him through email, but you know him, right?
I've met Ira in real life once. We're acquainted. He's the person that really got me interested in information security and social engineering and security awareness training years ago, like 2010, 2009. I was writing books even earlier than that. But anyway, he is very, he's writing for Sengress before Johnny Long was. But anyway, he's I've seen him speak. He's a good speaker, and we're very honored and happy to have Ira be the keynote this year.
Yeah. Now we have to get the. He only accepts green M&Ms. So
Yeah,
we
that sounds like Ira. He only accepts $100 bills, right?
yeah. So yeah, he's going to be there, and I really wish that I could. There are a couple other folks that are. It's kind of big having them there, but they haven't confirmed yet, so I can't.
I will be there, not speaking, but I will be there. So come see me. Like anyone cares. But anyway.
Well, and we've got, we still have Adrian. He's coming in. He always records, and we're glad for that. Because, literally, he had videos from Friday up on, he started posting them like Friday afternoon from Friday morning.
He's very quick. DerbyCon's next week, and even the DerbyCon videos, multiple videos.
Oh, yeah.
He gets those up within hours of them being recorded. So he serves a great he's a great service to the community. He does it all for free.
Yep.
So he travels a lot and covers a lot of different information security conferences, and he's been doing it for a while. And we definitely want to plug irongeek.com, which is his website.
Yep.
Let me see. I was going to ask her, tell you something. I have no idea what it was now. I'm going to move this up to show notes. I have no idea. I lost it. I'm getting really bad. I'm to the point where maybe I'm thinking I might need ADHD medicine. My problem now is my students will interrupt me in the middle of a lecture, and I have no idea what I was talking about.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of smart alecks. Let me think. What else, Bill? We have a room block, right? Did you talk about the room block at the hotel?
No, I did not. Yes, we do. The room block will close on November 2nd. So be sure to get them the room blocks now. And they basically, they're nice rooms. We have 20 available. I think last time I checked, there were 8 that had gotten room blocks.
Yeah, I need to do that. The problem is I'll have to do it through my employer, and God knows how long that will take or what I need to do.
We'll do it now. But yeah, and we can bump those up. If we get close to 20, we can get more. So they're, like I said, they're really good to us. Yeah, it's going to be a good. It's going to be a good
time. The hotel
time.
has been excellent to us. You can't best ask for a better host.
No.
I'm trying to do 2 things at one time here. I'm trying to answer David Vaughn's questions on Facebook. For Pete's sake. Hang on. I can't do 2 things.
That's fine.
At one time. But I do want to answer his inquiry. So DerbyCon's next week. You going?
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool. I didn't know if you were going to be there or not. Who else is going from the 304 Geeks? You and me.
I think no, Rick.
Yeah, Rick Hayes. Our Rick Hayes, not the other Rick Hayes. I'm sure Rob Dixon will be there. He's got a black badge.
Yeah, and then I believe Matt.
Yeah, Matt was. I know that because Matt's riding with me.
Yeah, so Matt's going, and then I believe John.
Long week.
John's trying to get a ticket, so.
Yeah, it's been a long week. Yeah, some people were looking for him a ticket. I found Blair a ticket, just kind of out of the blue. You just have to keep an eye on Facebook and Twitter and see when they pop up. We got 2 students going on. Marshall is sponsoring this year again, so they're going on the sponsorship tickets. So we've got Miles is going. Miles was there last year, and a new guy is going. Well, he's not new. He's about ready to get to graduate, but we basically looked at people who were interested and looked at grade point average and all the wonderful things they've done for things like Hackers for Charity, the Marshall University Hackers for Charity group. So we ended up with them. We didn't get as many tickets because of our sponsorship, because all the good sponsorships were sold out, quite frankly, by the time we got there. And it's going to be really interesting to see. It's going to be weird. This is DerbyCon's last year at the Hyatt.
Yeah.
And it's sort of like DEF CON leaving Alexis Park. I guess we'll always remember it, but it will never be the same no matter where it is.
Going right next door to the Marriott.
I know. It's I've been to every DerbyCon since DerbyCon 1.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know, it's weird. It's just one of those things. I know we're all getting misty eyed and probably cry and everything.
Well, maybe I can get Miles to work with me on the CTF.
Yeah, that'd be good. He's mad at me because I was singing happy birthday to him in class. I found out it was his birthday, and we just wrote him about it for the entire day because he doesn't want anyone to know it was his birthday.
Yeah. Well, that would be another reason why you don't put your birthday in Facebook.
Well, no, I found out because someone I knew wished him a happy birthday.
Oh, okay.
So it was one of those deals where it wasn't in Facebook. Like one of his relatives or something said, "Happy birthday, Miles." I'm like, "Oh, I'm going to use this one." So next week I get to go on the Magical Mystery Tour. We get to go to Orlando.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like they are flying to Orlando, but our hotel apparently was damaged in the hurricane. So they've moved us across the street to another hotel, but I'm going for the NSA Gen Cyber conference. So Gen Cyber is a camp that we do. We did
Great.
last year at Marshall, and we hope to do again this year. And there is a email list. Maybe I should throw that in the show notes.
Yeah, definitely.
Let me look for Brunty's. Are you in Brunty's posting here? So yeah, we want to do it again next year. Part of it's attending this conference and see what all is going on. And you know, they have things that they want you to do. Like there is a curriculum. Unfortunately, we didn't follow it very well last year. We got pretty good course reviews. So there are principles of they're called the cybersecurity first principles, ethics, and online safety. And these things are no cost. It's a competitive basis. So if you're a high school age student or in grades 9 to 12, you have to apply whenever it comes open, and it's funded by the NSA and National Science Foundation, or NSF. And they're week-long residential programs for 24 students. So let me see here. So the Gen Cyber mailing list is, if you're in West Virginia, we've taken kids from Ohio and Kentucky and Maryland too in the past. It's www.marshall.edu/gencyber/mailing-list. So I will put that in the show notes too.
Yeah, definitely.
I hate to say because it's bad form.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
I'd
never make it on television. On the radio today, it wasn't bad. It's sort of like being on a podcast. I don't know that I could do television. I think that would just scare me to death. I'd probably pee myself. But maybe I'll get the chance one day. Who knows?
I have a face for radio, so.
Well, that's what I was saying. I have a face for radio.
Yeah, I took a journalism course for the Air Force, and we had this young kid. So we had to do these mock interviews with the media, and then of course they graded us, and they threw stupid questions at us and whatnot. And this dude kept going from foot to foot, and that's all I could think about. And then it's like, we were like, man, you were moving yourself so much that you messed up your train of thought. And you could just see it, like, because these were like 10, 15-minute interviews. And then they bring the video in and show everybody, everyone in the class.
It's him rocking back and forth.
Yeah. And we're like, dude, we don't know what you said. You just kept moving from side to side. So
it's hard. I mean, I remember my first speech class as an undergraduate, and I thought my leg was going to fall off, or I was going to pass out. Now I get to do it for a living. So
yeah.
Even though I still get nervous when I talk in front of hackers because they're meaner.
Well, if you don't get nervous speaking, then there's something wrong with you. Even a little bit.
They tell you just to go, just to basically imagine people in their underwear, right?
No. I mean, I've heard that, but it never worked for me.
It kind of turns me on. It doesn't really work for me, especially if there's a lot of men.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got to keep that. We've got that mature tag, so we got to keep that going.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my thing was I actually joined drama club in high school to break out of. If you knew me in high school, you'd be like, you're not that guy. There's no way. I was very quiet, very shy, didn't talk much, unless I knew you. But I did a few plays, and it was through high school, and then in the military, you have to talk. and then I became a trainer in the military. So you had to actually stand up there and, plus, teaching martial arts and various other classes. People were just like, wow, that's, so I don't have a problem with it anymore.
It amazes me the number of people or a number of undergraduates I have who are wanting to go into the military.
Why?
Because, in the past, if you went to college to avoid going to the military. But I guess there's such great opportunities.
Maybe in the 60s.
Well, I mean,
70s.
even in the 80s. I mean, you were either going to go to college or you were going to join the military. Or
I joined the
jail.
I joined the Guard so that I could go to college. I mean, that wasn't the only reason.
Yeah.
But
these kids are like these are kids with 4 year degrees, and they're like, yeah, I want to go in the Air Force and do cyber. Or we've got one of my students graduated in the spring, is in the Navy. She went in as enlisted, but she just wants to go in. She wants to go in for a while and get the GI Bill so she can come back to graduate school.
Yeah.
We have another student who's in a CID program. So Army CID program has been recruiting us pretty hard. I think we've got 3 or 4 more that are trying to get in the CID program now. But there are opportunities where they can go in and use their digital forensic skills or their cyber skills, so that they're excited about that. That's, of course, if they get placed properly, they could also be digging ditches. How that goes. A recruiter will sell you down the road, and then you're like, man, it's a jungle hot out here.
And that's even when I was in the middle 90s. I have several, I was in the Guard in 86, have been in since, was in since 86 to 2008. Actually, yeah, it was December 21st, 2008 is when I retired. And
retired.
I've had many career fields. And
yeah.
I went to schools with people that, they would be like in military schools, and they would be like, you're in the Guard? I didn't know about the Guard. I'm like, are you out of your mind? How do you not know about the Guard?
I was on a conference call today, and somebody we both know said, if you want people to get into cybersecurity or what information security, they should join the Guard in high school. Because you have an opportunity to get a clearance, which is big now. It's like, how do we get people cleared? Because it costs like $20 bazillion. It's literally like $20,000 to $25,000 to clear somebody for top secret.
Well,
unless you have more than
More than that. Yeah.
But unless you have a sponsoring agency, if you join the Guard in high school, at least you have an opportunity to get that clearance. So if you go to college in digital forensics or information assurance or in cybersecurity, when you graduate, you're going to have a leg up on everyone else, because there's a lot of those jobs out there require clearances, and there's no mechanism of really doing that without a sponsoring agency. You're not going to go out yourself and get yourself cleared. You know what I'm saying?
Well, now another thing too is you can't be in the 9th grade and join the Guard. You don't. You have to be. When I went through, you could sign up no more than 180 days away from graduation.
Yeah.
So, and I think it's still pretty close to that. When I graduated, I had 10 days after graduation that I report. I graduated on June 5th. June 15th, I was down at San Antonio getting yelled at.
Yeah.
So, and to be honest with you, I liked it so much the first time I went. A second time, I got yelled at.
Can they at least give you a pass?
No.
Just a branch. You got to do it all over again.
Well, it was funny. So when I took over the comm flight, I had this young airman come up to me and go, "Okay, now what is that medal, and why do you have this? You would get like an oak leaf cluster if you had 2,
right?
I think it was an oak leaf cluster. Anyway, so I had it on there, and he's like, "Did you go to boot camp twice? What does that mean?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
well, technically I did. I went to boot camp for enlisted. Then I
Yeah.
went through officer school, and it's the same medal. And he's like,
Yeah.
oh, I thought you were dumb. And I'm like, no.
Oh,
I'm like, yeah, you're never going to make right now anyway.
yeah.
But
Good
yeah,
luck
it
with
was,
that. As I tell
yeah,
my students, final grades are not in yet.
yeah, exactly. No, I mean, he was a good kid, but yeah, it was, I liked it so much I did it twice. It was a bit easier the second time. I'll say that
Well, you
much.
know what to expect.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We already
We
could
had,
march in formation and all that crazy shit. So
yeah, most of the people, I mean, I think we had maybe 4 people that were off the street. Everybody else was prior enlisted with more than 5 years, I think it was. So we all knew how, we knew how to wear the uniform. We knew all the proper procedures.
know how to shine your boots.
And oh yeah, and
Do you know
over
what
half.
they call that thing you carrying around a gun?
Nope.
This is a
Well,
weapon. This is my gun.
yeah. Okay, my first career field was security police, and
Oh,
we did that crap. It was a weapon
yeah.
and all this stuff, and when I left, that was my first career field. So I went out and went into civil engineering, and you always have people call it a gun, and I would just like twitch. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
no, no, it's not. It's not. It really isn't. Um, so
Well, Benny, I appreciate you coming on. I don't want to take any more of your time. I did want to have you on talk about Secure WV/HackerCon. The dates on Secure WV HackerCon is when?
November 17th through the 19th.
So that's the weekend before Thanksgiving.
Yep.
We're still looking for sponsors. Tickets in hotel block is open. CFP is closed. So we got the amateur radio testing coming up, and also through the mailing list for the Gen Cyber Thundering Hackers at Marsh University. If you are or have a high school age student that's interested in perhaps doing a week-long residential camp at Marshall University, sign up for that list so that you can get updates on our program. We're probably going to do it even if we don't get funded, because we thought that it was such a great experience last year that we'll figure out some way of paying for it. So
Cool.
we'll ask the 304 geeks to fund us, right?
Oh, sorry. Did that come out loud?
So I appreciate it, and thanks everyone for listening. We will not have a show next week. I will be out of town. If those of you going to DerbyCon, I'll see you there.
DerbyCon.
I actually pinged Amanda Berlin a while ago, so she wanted to come on, and she didn't answer, which scares me. Dave Lauer, I will see you at DerbyCon, and Dave is coming also to Secure W HackerCon. So anyway, thanks everyone.
Yeah, he's going to be a volunteer.
Benny, hang on the line after we're done because I have a question for you. But
Okay.
Thanks everyone. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
Bye.